Hello, and welcome to this installment of Tarot with Angelyn. I'm Angelyn. Good to meet you. This week, September the 21st through the 27th, is a huge week. As you probably know, there's a partial solar eclipse today in Virgo. That is wrapping up a season that began in March of this year. So whatever you were doing late March of 2025, just go back and pay attention and know that some aspect of that is getting cleaned up this week or in this season. We also have the new moon, the equinox, and Libra season begins all on the 22nd, so tomorrow. So we are just gonna take everything as we need to with as much grace as we can, right? Okay. And so the theme for the week, we've got the Fool. So the Fool he's definitely on a new journey. He's feeling excited. There's a sense of like, I don't know what's coming, but I'm very, very eager to be on this journey. Almost like looking through the lens of being a child and being able to be in wonder at what is happening. So there's a feeling that we're on some sort of new path. Keep in mind that the Fool, in order to be in that state of willingness, has to do quite a bit of work. So if you're not feeling like you're in a state of willingness this week, ask yourself why. Ask yourself what you need to get through. How can you get to a place of willingness? Okay, so the cards for the week. Okay. The cards tell a story. The cards tell a story. All right, so I believe that what the cards are saying is that we are the page here, the Page of Wands, and we are in a place of we don't really know what's coming. Now that is reinforced here because this is the theme, right? We don't know what's coming. So at the beginning of the week, as things shift, because we have all that stuff happening at the beginning of the week, we're walking away from some kind of like stability. This tells me that there's a sense of we're having to walk away from a little bit of stability and into something new. Now, what are we walking into? We're walking into the Emperor. Which can mean a lot of things, just like everything, right? But, the page is walking toward the energy of the Emperor and saying, hey, we got to ditch some of that stability, some of that like feeling groundedness that we've been trying to prepare for back there. And hey, you're in our path, so what's up? The Emperor is going to say, maybe some hardship, maybe some discomfort, maybe having to get out of our comfort zone, maybe having to follow rules that we don't believe in or agree with, maybe following rules that we feel like why do we need rules? Like, not that they're bad rules, it's just I don't really want you telling me what to do. Okay? But it feels like, when you look at the horizon here that we're walking away from, it's quite lovely. But we're walking toward, it looks quite cold and quite hard. And so maybe that's just all we need to know about that. Who knows what that means? I mean, that could mean, some new rule is put down in the world, or that, I don't know, they're going to totally revamp the way we vote, or, something in the US, or, something that's like that. Like, it feels like a heavy, loud, masculine, but not in a great way, energy. That looks to me like what tomorrow's energy is going to bring. Tomorrow, when Libra season begins, when autumn begins, and what was the other thing? Oh, the new moon is the 22nd also. Okay. Later in the week, I think we're going to move into a place of more harmony, of an ability to connect maybe with the grief that is going to come up around whatever this Emperor energy is. We have the 2 of Cups and then the 5 of Cups. Okay, so that energy is moving, and it seems to me that it's like this, it's a connection, and its ability to connect to what feels sad about this, what I don't like about this, what it might mean. And I think it will feel like I can't do it. I think that some of us may feel like I can't do it. I don't want to do it. Because the directive is very clear to endure, just to keep going. There's going to be an ending to this soon. So what is it? Like, what is this thing? That was a lot of air quotes, but what is the thing? What is the this? What's that Emperor energy? I don't know. And I'm not going to guess, because that would be foolish. Keep in mind, because this is kind of dark, I tell people to please remember that, things can show up in a very small way, insignificant way, or in a really big way, in a really individualized way, or in a really collective way, and it still be the same energy. So just be mindful of that. Is there any general advice that cards you can give us around how to handle it? Okay, so I feel like that if we can, with this thing, with this Emperor energy, if we can take the energy and try to make something beautiful out of it, try to find the silver lining, try to, there's a feeling of a lot of good art is going to come. There's going to be a lot of creative ideas, a lot of innovation, and maybe even sort of, it feels like innovation, creation, like inventing energy, fiery energy, but also from the heart, that's what we need to focus on. Truly. Because, right, that's what's going to keep us out of depression. That's what's going to keep us, whatever it is, whether it's a small thing, a big thing, a personal thing, or a collective thing, we are all susceptible to falling into a pit. And in order to avoid that, or to sidestep it, or to work with it, the cards are telling us to find beauty in what is happening. And sometimes there's a lot of beauty in walking away from things that are hard, right? Show up every day, show up in devotion to creative action, creativity. I often see that as like art and innovation and just like inventing. So lots of really good cards and lots of sort of we're not really sure cards. Hang in there this week. I will talk to you very soon. If you have not checked out the equinox read, the season, the equinox read. It's the read for the season. Please do so. I released that a few days ago, and I'll see you next week. All right, take care.